Hi students, this is Mrs. Kang. For today's homework help, I'm going to go over the greatest common factor distributive property and least common multiple test cards 1 through 12. Since there are 12 problems and there are 3 sections to this homework, there's finding the greatest common factor, writing the sum as a product of their GCF and another sum, and there's these common multiples. So since there are not too many problems, I'm just going to go over one problem from each section. So starting from right here, so finding the GCF, I think the problem that I'm going to go over is number, I'm gonna go over number 1, even though I have a feeling that it's going to be a very short one, okay? All right, so I know that here there's a plus sign, however, just ignore that, okay? So you're gonna find the greatest common factor of 18 and 26, so you wanna write them in your ladder, your upside down cake. Okay, 18 and 26. So a common factor of 18 and 26 is since they're both even numbers, okay, they're both divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide by 2. 2 goes into 18 9 times, and 2 goes into 26 13 times. 2 times 9 is 18, and 2 times 13 is 26. Okay, 9 and 13, if you think about it, actually there's no other common factor, which means the left number, which is simply 2, that is your greatest common factor. Your greatest common factor is 2. And I'm going to nicely box the answer. And then when you're typing the answer here in Google Form, just type the number 2, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna go down. And this time I'm going to do a problem for the problem that says write the sum of the numbers as a product of their GCF and another sum. So I am looking, and I think the one that I would like for us to do together is, I will do number 8, okay? So skipping a couple lines, I'm gonna write 8. And inside my ladder, this time I'm going to write 30 plus 54. You're gonna write this sum as a product of the GCF and another sum. Okay. So 30 and 54, a common factor, I can think of a few, but one of the first ones that comes to my mind is actually a different number, but I'm going to say it's 2, okay? Because even numbers are always divisible by 2. So then 2 goes into 30 15 times, plus 2 goes into 54 27 times. Now, I know that a lot of you may not be able to get that in your head. If you do your division, 2 goes into 5 2 times, which is 4. Subtract, you get a 1. Bring down the 4. And 2 goes into 14 7 times. So 27. Okay. 15 and 27. I can still divide by 3. 3 goes into 15 5 times. And 3 goes into 27 9 times. Okay. So if you take a look, 5 and 9 does not have any other common factors, so I'm almost done. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to multiply the 2 and the 3 to find the greatest common factor, which is 6. And I'm going to save it right here. And then for this 5 plus 9, I'm going to put them inside parentheses. Okay, and now I'm going to just put the answers together. So you're going to rewrite the sum as a product of the GCF. GCF is 6, and another sum. This means 6 times, parentheses 5 plus 9, okay? And box the answer. And for these 4 problems, it's actually multiple choice. So when you go to number 8, you just need to choose the right answer, okay? Now, for the least common multiple, there are actually a few different variety of problems. So I think I'm going to go over both numbers 1, and I'm going to go over number 4 because I think there's something that I want to talk about regarding number 4, okay? So skipping a couple lines, I'm gonna write number 1. Please don't renumber them and write 9. Just write the number that you're working on. So this time I'm going to write 12 and 18. And you can divide by 2. You can divide by 3. You can also divide by 6. I'm going to divide by 6. 6 goes into 12 2 times. 6 goes into 18 3 times. Notice there's no other common factor but 1. With the least common multiple, you're going to multiply your left and the bottom, your L. So when you multiply 6 times 2 times 3, which is 12 times 3, your least common multiple is 36. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to do number 4. And let me just do number 4 on the side here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you number 4 2 different ways, but they're both sort of starting out with the ladder method. So I'm writing the ladder method because I want to find the least common multiple using the ladder method. However, you notice that there's no other common factor other than 1. Okay, and we told you not to divide by 1 because if you divide by 1, then you're just going to get the same 4 and 5, which really doesn't do anything. Okay, however, for this particular type of problem, I do want to let you know, if you were to do this, and if you multiply your L, your side and the bottom, let's see what you get. 1 times 4 times 5, which is 4 times 5, your least common multiple, you get 20. So that actually does work out. However, it is just not necessary because, so if you have 2 numbers and when you're trying to do your ladder method and there's no common factor other than 1, then what you simply need to do is you can just multiply the 2 numbers. So then if you do 4 times 5, you get your least common multiple, which is 20. So you get the same answer. Okay, all right, so that is it. And okay, that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.